What is up, my friends? My name is Patty Fatty Cake, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the new update today, Fresh Start Worlds. As you can see on my login screen, it has told me that they are finally here. I can't believe they actually went through with this, but they did, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the Fresh Start Worlds and whether you should do them, whether I should do them. And with that being said, let's just head on over to the news page on the RuneScape website. Cool, here we are. Oh my, is it chilly outside. I haven't been outside yet, but 43. Brutal. Anyways, Fresh Start Worlds, what are they? Basically, what Fresh Start Worlds is you're starting over fresh as if you just made a fresh new account in the normal game that you can already do. But this is going to be a world where everybody has to make a new account. You cannot use your existing account, which means that you do have to buy membership on a new account or bond it up, which does cost the monies. Yeah, this basically is just telling you how to make a new account, go through Tutorial Island, and all of that stuff. I guess the big draws of what they're saying here is that you are more likely to be higher up on the high scores, which is true. Everybody's starting fresh, so you do get a chance to go rush for those high scores. There is likely to be, I don't want to say nobody playing these, but a far lesser amount of people playing these than the normal ones, so it will be a little bit more easy, I guess, to compete for the high scores, or maybe not, and I will address that in the second half of this video. Other than that, they have an achievement point system. They haven't mentioned any rewards for your achievement points, like some goofy outfit or some dope fashion scape or anything. So I'm going to assume at this point that these are just like a flex, just like league points without the rewards. Just like, oh, I have this many achievement points. But unlike the league points, you don't get any sick new outfits or cannon upgrades or anything like that from it. With that being said, that being out of the way, I guess we did the who, what, where, Gielinor, when, right now, and why should you play them or why should you not play them? Ultimately, the choice is yours, but I wanted to head over to the whiteboard and kind of discuss the pros and cons of playing Fresh Start Worlds and seeing if it would be right for you. First things first, as you may have realized, I do want to get it out of the way, the big elephant in the room here. No, I will not be playing Fresh Start Worlds. I have enough on my plate with the normal game, making the videos and everything, so personally, it does not make sense for me to play it after I weighed the pros and cons. I do understand that my marker is dying and that I need a new one. I think it's mostly that it's just like a crappy one that it sent it with. I need to like have it upside down so then it like writes darker. And apologies for my handwriting, but that's how I write. It is what it is. You're gonna have to deal with it. But I'll read it all out to you anyways in case you can't understand what I wrote down here. First off, I did want to go over the good aspects of Fresh Start Worlds. It's not all bad. It's not all good either, but I did want to highlight some of the positives. And Jagex seemed to notice that the biggest selling point of the Fresh Start Worlds will be the high scores. That's basically, in my opinion, the reason for doing the Fresh Start Worlds is to compete for the high scores, which is interesting because originally when this idea was pitched, it was kind of pitched as a way to get new players or returning players back into the game without diving into the main game, which is already like hyper competitive. There's already a ton of people playing. All the worlds have like 500 people on at peak times and all of that, which I don't really see why that would be a bad thing for newer returning players. So I guess I just don't understand that, but if that is appealing to you, that is fine. We just have different opinions on that, and by all means, play the game how you want to play the game. Next up, being a big fish in a small pond. I understand this one myself. I love being a big fish in a small pond. What better in RuneScape is there than to be like elitist? It's like kind of the whole thing of it is trying to improve, trying to be better, trying to be the best. And I guess like why do you see people at all these places flexing like their KCs and their sick gear and all of that, you know? So with a large amount less players in the game, and if you are one of those turbo sweats who are just going to be going like 18 hours a day for the first few weeks like leagues, maybe this will be for you. You can be the big fish in the small pond. Yeah, I get it. I like that feeling too. New content could be fun. Actually, No, it's not. It just really isn't. We've all experienced it before, and I'm mostly crossing that out because not only just because it is my opinion that the noob content isn't fun, but I don't think that belongs in the why section for Fresh Start Worlds, because you can just do that on the normal worlds. You can experience that noob content. I guess there could be like some positive utility from being a noob with all of the other noobs and nobody not being a noob, but that personally doesn't appeal to me, so I'm crossing that one off the list. The other standpoint doesn't really extend to everybody, but from a content creator standpoint, there are content ideas for this, and if you haven't been around for a super long time, like I'm fairly new to the whole YouTube thing, so I have a ton of video stuff that I haven't been able to do yet. But if you are one of those guys who's been around since like day one making videos, maybe you are running out of ideas, maybe you've done everything like 3 times so far, so maybe this would appeal to you, and maybe you have some, even outside of that, maybe you just have some cool content creation ideas, and with that, I totally get that. That is a valid reason to do Fresh Start Worlds. Hey guys, just real quick, don't forget to like and subscribe, it helps out the channel, and now back to the content. With all the positive stuff out of the way, I wanted to move over to my cons or negative, move out of here, chair. All of my negatives. I do understand there's a little glare, I got weird lighting in this room, but first on the list is opportunity costs. I mentioned this in my last video, but every time you're doing one thing that takes up time, your attention, everything. People are notoriously bad at multitasking too. That's an aside, nobody can actually do it, but you are taking away from what you could be doing otherwise. In this case, if you are playing Fresh Start Worlds, you are realistically not going to be able to put the same amount of attention that you are into the regular game. This is a big one for me. I am trying to max my account. A lot of you are trying to max your account. A lot of you are doing other stuff in the normal game, playing other games, playing real life, family, work, school, you name it. And this is just something that is gonna take time away from that. If it is valuable to you, that's fine, but for me, it's not, so that's a con. Why not? Nothing in this is new or interesting. Like, I love the idea of deadman mode or leagues because they are different from the main game. This is just the main game, but like everybody's a noob. That's it. It's just, I don't think it's new or interesting enough to be worth playing personally. There was a lot of discussion about like kind of like recreating that feeling. If a lot of you remember back when after the EOC Evolution of Combat update in like 2012, 2013, whenever that was, and like everybody quit playing RuneScape over it, there was all the rumors about Old School just like got everybody who used to play like super hype about it. It was like such a fun time. Everybody was buzzing. And I just remember like sitting in Skype back then with like a ton of people just like watching the countdown, just like waiting for that second to log in, and then just like so many people, myself included, just like flooded into those worlds. There was so much hype behind it, and I feel like this is like kind of an attempt to recapture that feeling. However, if we move down, there's no hype here. I asked everybody in my clan chat, there's about 330 people in there. Not everybody's online, but I've asked a considerable amount of people before making this video. 0 people. 0 are doing Fresh Start Worlds. I don't know a single person. Maybe it's just the circles that I run with that nobody's interested in this, but it just doesn't seem like there's the same level of hype behind it. If you look at Reddit, like it's mainly negativity. Reddit as a whole is just mainly negativity, so that's, maybe I really shouldn't be bringing up that example, but I just don't feel like the hype is there. I think this update ultimately is going to fall flat. Do not invest in Fresh Start Worlds. Total fresh start bear over here. And last but not least, it's not going to attract the people that it's supposed to be attracting. They're trying to attract the new players, the returning players. This is going to attract the turbo sweats, the sweatiest of the sweat, the 20-hour-a-day leagues grinders to compete for those early game high scores. That's the only people that I see playing this personally, and if that is you, that has been me in the past, maybe that would be a pro, but for me, I guess not really a reason why not to play, but it's a reason why I just don't think this game mode is personally appealing. So yeah, Is it worth it for you to play Fresh Start Worlds? Only you can decide that. For me, no, it's not. But if you want to, have fun, go wild. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe. I'll see you next time.